Hello and thanks for joining us for this edition of the News Feed. I'm Rory Ayler. President Joe Biden just announced a new requirement for all of the companies with more than 100 employees to require their workers to either be fully vaccinated or test for the virus on a weekly basis. Along with this, he is pressing states to require vaccinations for public school employees. The NRV's Montgomery County Public Schools are now deciding what action to take. Newsfeed reporter Callie Sullivan has more on what this could mean for the New River Valley.
The Montgomery County School Board is actively discussing the COVID-19 vaccine requirements for their employees. However, the board has been sharply divided on the matter and is taking several meetings to come to a concrete decision. This act has potential to greatly lessen the spread of COVID-19 in the New River Valley. Auburn High School guidance counselor Lizzie Sullivan believes this would be a very crucial move by Montgomery County.
There has been a lot of spread, to be honest, in the schools this year. In my school in particular, we had like 11 positive cases this week in our building, and nothing really happens about it.
According to Montgomery County Schools website, since returning to school on August 12th, the school district has confirmed 340 positive cases. As of now, only 60% of faculty is vaccinated. Regardless of the rising cases, there are many employees who are still what people are calling anti-vax.
That group that, doesn't want to do it, I think, I could see some people quitting. Bye.
Montgomery County has had over 11,000 COVID-19 cases. Montgomery County Public Schools employs over 2,000 people. If the vaccination mandate is confirmed, it could statistically greatly reduce COVID cases in the NRV. Reporting for the Newsfeed, I'm Callie Sullivan.
On September 16th, the Virginia Department of Health introduced a new digital way to verify vaccination status. Personalized QR codes are a new option for vaccinated Virginians and will have the same information as paper records. Newsfeed reporter Camden Osborne has more on this launch.
As more employers, venues, and travelers are requiring vaccinations, VDH Director of the Division of Immunization, Christy Gray, says that this modality is user-friendly, efficient, and secure.
And we're really just trying to make sure that we can provide a COVID vaccine record to Virginians that protects their privacy and it's safe and it can't be modified.
Those vaccinated and registered are eligible to download their personalized QR code for free. The code can then be printed or saved on your device. Verifiers use an app to scan the code when recording vaccination status. Two-factor security measures ensure information cannot be forged.
So it just allows more confidence in both the user as well as the person who's verifying the status of the person that this information is legitimate and it has not been tampered with.
Virginia is the 5th U.S. state to pitch the paper and move towards digital vaccine verification. But however more secure or efficient, business owners still have much to consider when requiring vaccinations for their customers and their employees.
You can legally say we're going to require vaccination, or we're going to require, 1 test, 2 tests, 4 tests, blue test a week, whatever it happens to be.
If a business chooses to require customer vaccinations, employment law attorney Eric Chapman says they'll have to consider what form of proof they'll accept.
Businesses that face the public are going to have to address, and they're going to have to come up, if there's not government guidance, we'll have to come up with our own protocol.
Reporting for the Newsfeed, I'm Camden Osborne.
Lane Stadium is back to full capacity this season. It is up to the Virginia Tech Police Department to make sure the fans do not get too crazy and disturb the peace. The police department does have an operation plan that they lay out before each game. VTPD gets help from other agencies on game day to make sure they have all their staff and expectations met for the game. Their biggest concern during game days is fan behavior. They want to make sure that fans are being civil with each other. Some of the most common disputes among fans have been seating in the stadium. All Virginia Tech students have general admission, which counts for the north end zone section and the upper area of the eastern side of the stadium. The department has noticed an uptick in complaints and confrontation when students are not in their designated areas.
So in a case of an altercation that occurs, we would send the closest resources to the area where it's occurring, and then we'll send folks there to help out. And depending on what it is, if it's a fight, we're probably going to send 3, 4, 5 people.
VTPD has also safety measures in place for when the fans storm the field after games. They also work to protect the visiting team and their equipment. Getting fans out of the stadium at the end usually goes smoothly. Just ahead on the news feed, residents of Montgomery County have been partaking in early voting. And we'll see how Sinkland Farms is bringing back its fall festival. That story and more after this break.
COVID-19 has changed how we hang with our girls. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to girls tripping instead of solo sipping. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts. As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it? Is it safe?
Should I wait?
It's smart to question. Now get the facts at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
Welcome back to the news feed. I'm Rory Ayler. Virginia Tech Dining Services have been desperately trying to hire employees. They have attempted different measures. The increase of students and less workers have created different problems. Virginia Tech Dining Services, like many other food services, have been experiencing shortage in employees. For Virginia Tech, this is their first semester back for fully in-person classes. With more people on campus, this has created a bigger need for food. Alicia Barker, an operational manager at Turner's Place, speaks on hiring new employees.
It's been pretty hard. Typically we have about 2,200 workers, and we're down to about 1,400 for our staff numbers right now. So we're about 2/3 down from what we normally are. So we've all been actually chipping in on the lines, even our director, all the managers. We're just all having to chip in to do everything we can.
Recently, dining services have increased their student wage to $15 per hour. This has increased the number of applicants. When this was first offered, they received 60 applications in one day. The daily numbers are not currently that high, but they are still receiving applications. Early voting for state and local elections on November 2nd began on September 17th. The ballot for residents of the New River Valley include races for governor and also House of Delegate in District 9. Young voters are expected to have a large impact on the polls.
56% of Virginians from ages 18 to 29 voted in the 2020 elections last November. Virginia Tech student organizations are pushing for students to get active in local elections again this year. Vice President of the Political Science Club, Temujin Trojilcern, understands the importance of young people getting out to vote.
We need to put in all we can to get our voices heard, even if it's like still sticking with the 80-year-old politician, but like calling their office, and making demands, emailing them, things like that, even they do work.
Montgomery County was the lone county that went to the Democratic Party back in 2020. The League of Women Voters of Montgomery County have been helping people get registered to vote since 1971. Beth Obenchain is beginning her third year as president of the league.
So we do really want to focus on students, on getting them engaged. We're also down at the farmers market every Saturday before the election. Again, trying to do outreach to college students as well as to local voters who maybe just haven't thought about that they are going to vote.
Young voters became a trend in the 2020 election, and student organizations at Virginia Tech are looking to continue that into 2021. Reporting for the newsfeed, this is Rory Ayler.
Fall is finally here, and the Sinkland Farms annual Pumpkin Festival is back. Newsfeed reporter Cameron Booza has more information about the upcoming festival season. Cameron?
Thanks, Rory. The Sinkland Farms Pumpkin Festival is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year, and because of that, the farm has some new exciting activities going on this upcoming season.
Opening weekend for the Sinkland Farms Pumpkin Festival kicked off this past weekend with crowds pouring in on a sunny Sunday afternoon. The annual Pumpkin Festival is filled with activities for all ages, featuring corn mazes, the fan favorite Pick Your Own Pumpkin Patch, pig races, and a fall concert series that takes place every Friday.
Well, the fall concert series is new this year for the 30th anniversary. We've expanded our kids zone. We've added a barrel cart train ride, and we've added a tire play area, and we continue to add things every year.
Susan Sink, owner of the farm, says seeing the smile on everyone's faces is the most exciting part of the festival.
Our parking lot is full right now. Hordes of people are coming in, And, you know, at the end of the day, people are looking for our staff and the owners saying, thank you for a beautiful fall day. We've made this our family tradition.
The staff at Sinkland Farms help bring the festival to life, providing a warm and friendly environment that keeps people coming back for years.
Being able to connect with the community, pretty crazy. I grew up in Roanoke, so it's kind of more of a city atmosphere. And then I got approached by Susan, and she was like, hey, you want to come work on a farm? And I was like, no, that's not me. And now I've been here for almost 3 years.
The Pumpkin Festival is open now through October 31st, and staff says that there's no better place to celebrate fall than on a farm.
Sinkland Farms is proud to be able to open their festival this fall after facing challenges last year due to COVID-19. Being able to be outside with family and friends really makes the Pumpkin Festival what it is, and staff is really excited to get back into the swing of things this season. Live from the newsroom, this is Cameron Booza. Back to you, Rory.
That will wrap up this edition of the News Feed. If you have a story idea for the News Feed, let us know. Send us an email at thenewsfeednrv@gmail.com. And, as always, you can connect with the Newsfeed on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching. I'm Rory Ayler.